Alrighty, so I have finally captured my elusive white whale. So I finally got the transmission crossmember. That thing is honestly like just a pain in the ass to get. I don't know why everyone has one, but nobody wants to sell them. But, so, a couple things that I've already done. I have already swapped the wheel bearings on this side. They, did start off as some pretty crusty units. So somehow this came apart so much easier than the perfectly clean, non-rusty hub units that I had over here. So you can see this is that's the rear one, that's the front one. I could not get those axle stubs out to save my life. So somehow the rustiest pair of knuckles literally got torn apart super easy. Swapped in new bearings, swapped them on. Not a whole lot of drama there. So I got the new axles, everything in. I went ahead and even installed the pedal assembly. So right now what I do need to do is install the master, the slave, and that cross member, and finish up the shifter. So I did kind of put a couple things back together. I already rewired the ECU. I'm not really going to show you that because it is so annoying just trying to figure out what I got, that I would actually recommend you watch another channel that will teach you how to rewire that ECU, because just depending on the year alone is completely different. The transmission jumper has also been rewired. So this is essentially your neutral safety switch that I rewired. Just kind of jumped it for now. I'll tuck this stuff up once we get a good test drive in the car. So it's not 100% done, but it's getting there. So we got the master cylinder missing and the slave cylinder missing. They are over here. So this is the setup right here. Luckily, I got a awesome hookup on some parts that came with some spare brakes. That the banjo bolt for your caliper is the exact same banjo bolt for the slave cylinder. Come on. So that guy will work right there. We do have some fresh crush washers for it. Let's see, and bam. So we got fresh crush washers with a fresh line. Unfortunately, this little piece of unobtainium as well. It seems like it's just a regular brake line. So what I will be doing is going to O'Reilly's, picking up a fresh one that's a lot shorter, and just kind of bending it up to how I need it to mate to that guy, and get this setup going. So let's go ahead, jack that guy up, get up underneath it, and start actually putting this thing back together, because hopefully today we might actually be able to drive the stupid thing. Alright, I got the trans mount installed, the drive shaft installed. I was able to install the exhaust, and everything kind of went pretty, how would I say, without a whole lot of drama. So the car started right up, awesome. The check engine light is flashing, or at least it was flashing like a mofo. It actually turned off after I let it run for a little bit, so that's good. No check engine light. I had to bleed the clutch a ton using the little Mighty Vac. So this little brake line I did have to go find, because the old one that is over here, someone had cut. So if anyone's curious, this is the part number. So 3/16 by 12 for that brake line. I did bend it in a way where it wasn't really going to give me high spots. I essentially tried keeping it even and going down, and then that routed my soft line pretty easily. So topped off on fluids, transmission fluid, and diff fluid, and I think it is now ready to move under its own power. So I'm gonna try and back it out of my garage, or out of my driveway, and parking it over there behind the Jeep again, and we'll see how that goes. If I'm brave enough, I might take it around the block, or at least just up the street and back, but we'll see. I'll think about it. But so far, no crazy squeaks, no oil leaks, batteries tied down, hopefully no vacuum leaks by the sound of it, because the idle's pretty low. We got the coilovers adjusted on the front. I still need to order some coilovers for the rear, but that is a future me's problem. So let's see if this thing moves. So of course there's still a lot of finishing work. I still got to do that lower panel, finish this, so I'm gonna leave that for another day. All right, we got good brakes. All right, let's see if we can get this thing into, ooh, went right into reverse. Oh shit, there we go. Okay, something is definitely dragging. I don't know if it's the brakes or what it is, but it almost feels like something's dragging, or maybe I got a loose wheel somewhere. Alrighty, so as you can tell, I am not working on the Subaru anymore, just because of what happened to the transmission. I will sprinkle in a little video here and there, so sorry if the video's a little choppy. My phone storage filled up and it corrupted a bunch of the freaking files. Oh well. So I am currently just outside of Salt Lake City, and damn, that is some light show that they got going on right there for the Christmas tree lights. Kind of wish I could show you guys, but I'm not trying to get pulled over right now. Met a super cool dude. He had a transmission for sale, so got lucky there. So decided to take the scenic route up to my parents' place in Idaho, through Salt Lake City. Was able to find a transmission. Supposedly it's got low miles. Everything on it looks okay-ish. I don't really know how to inspect it. I kind of just took a risk on it. Took the scenic route. I was like, all right, since I'm gonna be making this drive by myself, and then I'll have my girlfriend with me on the way back, let's just take the scenic route. Let's just kind of go on a little bit of an adventure. But yeah, so he hooked it up with the transmission, was even able to get some spare parts for my car. We'll see what we do with those. You know, like a bumper, since mine's a little bit on the rough side, and a hood, since again mine's a little bit on the rough side. If not, we'll just kind of clean them up and maybe resell them or something like that. I even got some headlights. So super cool dude. He hooked it up on the parts. So right now we're heading up back to Idaho and go visit my parents, and also go pick up the Mustang. So those who follow me on Instagram probably saw that I dropped it off about 8 months ago. It's been a minute, and I've been fiending to have my Mustang back, just because I noticed that, like, I've just been working on everything under the sun that I don't normally touch. Usually I only mess with like Fox bodies and like old F100s, and now I bought a super rusty Jeep, you know, to make it kind of a little bit of an off-road rig, and then the Subaru too, which is completely left field for me because I have not touched anything JDM since I think I was like in high school. I think at one moment I had like a 86 what was it? It was the Honda Prelude SI, so super rare car. It was a cool little, you know, 80s car, completely 100% original. I kind of just bought it and resold it because I bought it as a daily and drove the Mustang way too much, so that car kind of just left because it just collected dust. But it was a cool little car to own. Kind of like the 80s and 90s Japanese cars because they're just kind of quirky. And some of these cars are actually starting to get pretty valuable, so I am trying to at least pick up some of these kind of like legend, or before they become legendary cars, they kind of already have that like legendary rep on them. So I'm trying to kind of like pick up these cars before they just become unattainable, because I already know that a lot of these cars, even though just like Fox bodies, everyone's like, oh, they're only worth $1,000, like running and driving and all this and that. Nowadays, you can't pick up like a clean coupe for like under $8,000. When back then they were back then the coupe Fox body was literally the most hated Fox body ever. So people just could not even give them away from like how much they hated them. So maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but the coupe was the non-desirable, and now it's like the most desirable Mustang out there. For me, I still like the 4 eyes, So that's why I have the 86. It's got, you know, a special place in my heart. So I finally get to go pick up my car, enjoy it, even though there was nothing wrong with it other than some rock chips that I wanted to get fixed, because I am going to kind of retire it from racing. I don't really feel like racing that car anymore. I just want a really, really clean street car. That's all I want. A nice Coyote swap. We are going to be putting AC in it, kind of like how the Gold car has, same setup. So I still got to get like an AC kit for it, you know, pulleys, all that stuff. I'll show you guys how I do that and kind of wire it in. So I'm hoping I can have all the original controls still work, because my car was an original AC car and the previous owner removed it and I just never reinstalled it, especially after the Coyote swap. That thing barely got powered brakes. At one point I had manual brakes, just because I just wanted bare bones, Coyote swap, let's get after it, let's go racing. But now I think it's just because I'm getting older now, I want a nice comfortable street car. So we'll pick this back up once we see the Fox. And then if you're wondering what I'm in, this is my truck, my F-150. This is just my daily. You've probably seen it like kind of like in the background of the videos. This truck is honestly daily driver. Soon to be maybe the Impreza, but it has 256,000 miles. Oh, that's a crazy number. 256,661.5 miles. Weird timing there, but I digress. So this truck has been amazing. It's still super clean. Everyone, like, it gets tons of compliments whenever I drive it around and people see me in it at work, because they don't think I would be driving this thing. It is, you know, again, they see me usually in the Mustang, not in this thing. But this thing is the road trip vehicle. You know, we load up the dogs in this thing, go hiking in it. It's the road trip vehicle. It's the tow pig. It does everything. I go and get groceries in it. I don't care. This thing is comfortable. The interior is still in super awesome condition, even though I have a Great Dane that, you know, likes to slobber on everything. But yeah, it's just an awesome truck. 15 to 17 aluminum F-150s, I would say, are the best trucks that you can get for the money. Not only because if you get the Coyote, which mine isn't, mine's a 3.5, so 15 to 16 on the 3.5, and then 15 to 17 with the Coyote. I would say it's the best truck that you can get. It's a great looking truck. You can make the front end look like a slightly newer truck, up to a 2020, just with a grill and headlights and a bumper change. Not very expensive at all. And you can make it look like a newer truck, but you don't have 10 or 80 issues. You don't have Gen 3 bullshit issues. It's the exact same freaking interior, exterior, everything. The only thing they changed was the headlights and the bumper. So no one would even be able to tell what year truck you have if you want to just do a little bit of like a facelift on it. If you would like the newer look on the truck, on the like up to the 2020s. I hear the 23 to 24 F-150s are pretty solid now with the 10 or 80. They just, I guess, have better control of the transmission, but I don't think I would ever trade this thing in for a 10-speed. This thing has been dead nuts reliable. It's awesome. It's got tons of torque for a little V6 for towing, since I do use it a lot for towing, hauling engines. Right now I'm hauling a transmission, a bumper, and a hood in the back. And I don't think I've ever road tripped this thing empty. Every time I drive it anywhere, like back home, this thing always either goes super loaded or comes back loaded with just whatever. And it's always just been dead nuts reliable. Never really left me stranded ever. Other than if it was like a little stupid issue that was kind of like my own doing. Because I know when I installed the lift, I kind of did break a little clip on the axle. Did not notice it until it decided to pop out and spray diff fluid all over the freaking place. But that was my own doing. Pretty much everything that has broken on this truck was because of me just messing it up. But yeah, no, these trucks are super dead nuts reliable. They're awesome. So if you're looking for a truck, 15 to 17 F-150s, especially with the Coyote or the 3.5, those are awesome trucks. The interior is spacious. It fits a Great Dane and two more dogs in here. It's great for long road trips. I got the really difficult to find truck. Mine's a Lariat with the, you know, with the pearl white. I have the matching topper and a 6.5 foot bed and 4-wheel drive, which I do use it since Idaho. It snows a lot and we drive through Idaho a lot and through the mountains. it's a very difficult, it's got all the right amount of luxury and utility in it, I would say, for a daily. Sometimes I would wish it was a platinum so I can get the massage seats, but again, for the price, you can't beat the 15 to 17 F-150s. But all right, so let's pick this back up once we see the Mustang. So you'll be able to see the Mustang in this video, and maybe a little bit of towing with the truck, and we'll see how she does. So all right, so see you guys in a bit. Deuces. Alrighty, so it is actually about a week later from the last little bit, but unfortunately we don't have a trailer right now, so that means that the Mustang is not coming back home with us. We are currently in Wells, Nevada, but wanted to at least give you guys the walk around of the truck. So these are Gen 2 Raptor headlights, 35s and 22s. It is sitting on that BDS lift with the Fox internal bypass shocks. So those are actually pretty comfortable when it comes to hitting some solid bumps. But yeah, so this is the truck. You can't beat just garage lighting. So it is a little bit on the dirty side just because it is absolutely pouring like crazy right now. Right now I did have to swap out the driver and the passenger windshield wiper just because it is so damn crazy. As I was going through that mountain pass, the rain, I had these things maxed out and they could just barely keep. But yeah, that's the truck right there. Unfortunately we did not get the Mustang back, so the Mustang is now at a different body shop. So we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully this new body shop will be able to finish it. I did not want to show it just because I don't want to start no freaking drama or nothing, and I just did not like showing my car in that kind of state. But I mean, if you're part of the Amory, you've probably seen it, but if not, then you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna have to make yet another trip back up to Idaho, hopefully here in like the next month. He seems like he's gonna try and like really knock it out, this new guy, and he's got, you know, a really nice paint booth that he's gonna be using, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of tricks. So since, I mean, I got the time, you know, for the car to be stuck up here, so we're gonna actually do some slight modifications to the flares, and hopefully everything comes out good. So yeah, so I think I'm just gonna wrap it up there. At least I gave you guys a little bit of a walk around of the truck, because I was kind of talking about it. Yeah, so we're here in Wells, just filled it up and gonna keep on trucking. So hopefully this storm passes, because it is like no joke, it was raining like crazy that my windshield wipers couldn't even keep up. And then one wiper blade is starting to disintegrate, which is weird because they're only like 6 months old, but that's that motorcraft quality, I guess. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. So hopefully in the next video we'll be either finishing up the Coyote swap fuel system, or doing some other little things on it, or maybe installing this transmission that I've had in the back of my truck for the last week or so. So yeah, so appreciate y'all just checking out the video. It was a little bit of a weird one. It was just all over the freaking place just because everything was happening, and it was just, that's just kind of how it goes. This is real life. Shit happens. You know, body shops don't get your car done in time. You know, you get dealt a shitty hand with a transmission. You know, projects never go as intended. It's as much as you want to like plan it out, sometimes you just got to plan for the unexpected, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah, so we'll keep on rolling with the punches and move on to the next one. So deuces. And this is kind of why I prefer having a, you know, decent sized truck versus driving through the middle of nowhere in a tiny little economy car, just because you deal with weather like this with the semis. Sometimes you just need something that's not going to get blasted off the street by semis coming the other way that just completely like destroy any kind of little bit of view that you have, and then just the gusts from the semis moving at like 80 miles an hour right next to you it's enough to move, you know, a small vehicle. So yeah, if you ever wondered why I like choosing bigger vehicles, this is why. Just because we are in the middle of nowhere in Nevada, and it is just pouring rain like crazy. It's starting to chill out a little bit. It was going crazy over the mountain pass, but yeah, this is why I prefer driving an F-150 over a little economy car.